process of recollection. Oh god damn it, not you again. What's up, fuckers? Hey, check out this person I found. Isn't it such a human? Look at him, wow. What a guy. Anyway, love to stay in chat, but I saw some trash outside that looked delicious. Smell you later, deliberator. Yes, my student. Yeah, what the fuck? Here's another anecdote.
Hey YouTube, welcome back to another History Teacher Reacts video. Mr. Terry, as I continue my search for historical knowledge found here on the internet. Alright, today's video is a continuation of the kick I've been on, and that's a Salmonella kick once again. You guys have wanted to see more Salmonella reactions, and I am here to give it to you because I love watching his stuff. I love all the quirky stories that he tells, and then that Salmonella humor. It's always a lot of fun. And today's video is actually on one of my favorite philosophers, and that is Diogenes. And I've actually read a lot of his stuff. He's one of my favorite, especially like quotable figures. And he has such a interesting story because he's a very quirky figure. And I want to see Diogenes get the Salmonella treatment. So I'm excited to see what else I can learn about this fascinating figure. All right, the original video is down below. Make sure that you check that out. Give a, thumbs up, give it a like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Make sure you're following Sam. And if you haven't subbed to my channel, I'd love to have you around as well. Hit that sub button, enable notifications so you can know when future stuff comes out. All right, with that, let's go ahead and get started. Hi, kids. Wait. Diogenes, the publicly wanking philosopher. Oh, he's going straight to that. Okay. All right.
Hey kids, time for another hot steamy load of knowledge dripping down your neck and chest. Today, we're gonna talk about the greatest mind to ever live. Nope, not him.
Bert?
Nope. Keep
Kanye?
trying.
Pee Wee
Who I'm
Herman.
really referring to is the...
You know who Pee Wee Herman is? Deep philosopher of the 1980s. Deep.
Nope, not him. Nope. Keep trying. Who I'm really referring to is the ancient Greek philosopher known as Diogenes of Sinope. Diogenes followed the school of thought known as cynicism. Far from the yelling at CNN, sitting down during the pledge kind of cynicism we know today, Cynic philosophy centers around the rejection of conventional desires in favor of a simple, moderate lifestyle. But
Oh no. Do we have to go look at the stuff?
centers around the rejection of conventional...
All right, so we got, naughty material. We got your bad eating, drinking, smoking habits.
in
Okay.
favor of a simple, moderate lifestyle. But while many
So yeah, I mean, it's right. He's saying to be a cynic, you're not just against the norm. That doesn't make you a cynic. There's a lot more to it. And yeah, this whole brand of like cynicism, and that's kind of again what he was known for. You look at like title of the book like this, Diogenes the Cynic. And there's a whole brand of philosophy that comes out, and he's kind of one of the famous ones. But it's an interesting kind of thing with anti-materialism and for, in a time in ancient times, right, where materials are so few already.
Philosophers made a virtue out of self-discipline. Diogenes took all that to a whole new level. He was the most down-to-earth guy out there. Literally, he lived on the ground, in a big tub in the marketplace where he'd beg for a living.
Yeah, if I remember right, he lived in a bunch of just different makeshift things, but like giant wine jugs and stuff, like huge things he would just tip over and can barely sit in. He's like, it's all I need. It's all I need.
Literally, he lived on the ground, in a big tub in the marketplace where he'd beg for a living. For a while, his only possession was a wooden bowl, until one day he saw a child drinking out of his hands, and he was like, what do I need this shit for? Now, that was way...
Literally did not have possessions. Like, yeah, he for a while when he gave up all his whole life, and there's a whole backstory, interesting backstory, because it didn't come from nothing. It wasn't just some, like, homeless person on the street that was... again, born with no options. He had like a career and family and stuff, but he lacked the material. And I always thought that was one of the interesting stories that he said was he felt materialistic when he only had like I don't even know if it was a bowl, it might have been like a ladle or something. I forgot exactly, but that was his only position. He's like, that's all I need, so I can put food and drink in it or whatever. And then he saw somebody drinking with their hands out of a puddle. And that made him feel materialistic, even though that's the only thing he actually owned.
The way of life in perspective was unique enough. It's the way Diogenes showed it that really set him apart from the rest. When someone today wants to...
I don't know how I even just glossed over. Sam is just sitting on his head right there, sitting on Diogenes' head, just casually like.
It's the way Diogenes showed it that really set him apart from the rest. When someone today wants to go against society, they dye their hair blue and make a blog post about how there aren't any obese women of color in Super Smash Bros. On the other hand, when Diogenes has something to say, he just jerks off in public. Takes a dump in the amphitheater, pisses on passerby, whatever. The way he saw
Yeah,
it,
dude had no. I don't know what the term is. Maybe you can help me in the comments. It's a good thing. He has no. I don't want to say he doesn't care what people think, obviously, right? And has yeah. I don't know how else to explain it, but yeah, he doesn't, and would do all these disgusting things just straight out in public. No shame. I don't know if that's the word.
is just performing much needed bodily functions while also protesting the superficiality of the civilization around him. Keep in mind, though he was an unwashed, publicly defecating homeless man, that's not all he was. His wit was easily
Sure.
on par with his philosophical contemporaries, and his lack of inhibition meant that everyone knew it. For example, here's an often pondered question of the day. How do you define a human in the simplest of terms possible? Plato decided to tackle this question, and he came up with featherless biped.
Yeah. Okay. I love this story, the featherless biped. Anyway, we'll see if they get to it. But there always is some irony with somebody like Diogenes. Like Diogenes was, you'd think he was just somebody that was just like very independent, but he was completely dependent on other people, on material people. He needed their food scraps and anything else that he needed to survive. He did require it from others, like for the same lifestyle that he was advocating against, he required on people of that lifestyle for his survival.
And in the ancient Greek world, they didn't have any kangaroos or gibbons or nothing, so people were the only things around that both walked on two legs and didn't have feathers. Plato thought he was real clever with
Featherless
that one.
biped.
Diogenes, on the other hand, he wasn't having any of it, so he said, "Alright, you pompous prick, I'll give you a featherless biped." So, in reality, we do not learn.
Behold!
And what we call learning is only a process of recollection. Oh, god damn it, not you again. What's up, fuckers? Hey, check out this person I found. Isn't it such a human? Look at him, wow. What a guy. Anyway, love to stay and chat, but I saw some trash outside that looked delicious. Smell you later, deliberator. Yes, my student. Yeah, what the fuck? Here's another anecdote. Macedonian
All right. Here's the thing about that. When I've read about Diogenes and what people have said, that almost sounds exactly like what he would have done in that scenario right there. Just burst in. Again, no shame, right? No self-awareness. Maybe that was the term I was thinking of before. But yeah, and just burst in and be a smart A about it, right? Hey, it's a featherless biped. It's what Plato said. He's the other guy that everyone's listening to. Well, a chicken is. Does that make it a human if you take off the feathers? The dude had some wit and a way of proving his point.
King Alexander was a big fan.
Okay, wait.
What the fuck? Here's another
Yeah.
anecdote. Macedonian King Alexander was a big fan of Diogenes, so he decided to pay him a visit. And he said, "Hey man, big fan. If there's any favor I can do for you, anything at all, just let me know. I'll make it happen." Now, to put this into perspective, this is Alexander we're talking about. The guy who had his cousin straight up assassinated so he could take the throne. The guy who would later go on to conquer the majority of the civilized
great.
world. And you know what Diogenes says? He goes, "Yeah, you can do me a favor. Move over, you're in my light." Wow, I'm not even mad. You really are just a legend. Diogenes
Not even impressed. Right? I mean, look at all these impressive people he lived around. Right? And he's, yeah, you're out of my light. Get out of my light. That sounds like a way. Alexander, who cares? Who are you?
lived up to the ripe old age of 80.
But I think isn't it interesting to know that someone like Alexander, who again was somebody that was schooled in very high-end education, right? High-end education, philosophy, all that stuff, and revered that, and that was Diogenes was one of the people that he was interested in getting to know. Like he met that requirement. So maybe that says something.
89. I don't know if that's a testament to just a legend. Diogenes lived up to the ripe old age of 89.
That's impressive.
I don't know if that's a testament to his lifestyle or if he just got lucky, but either way, if there is
True.
a god, he definitely has a sense of humor.
How did he
The
not
exact
die?
cause of Diogenes' death varies depending on which source you look at. Some say he died from an infected dog bite. Others say it was from eating raw octopus. My favorite theory is that one day he just got tired of living, and he just held his breath till he died.
Wow.
He left behind
I'm out.
instructions on what
Peace.
to do with his body after
I'm
he
out.
passed. Now, when people think of special
Wait, what?
behind instructions on what to do with his body after he passed. Now, when people think of special post-mortem instructions
Okay.
like these, they usually think, scatter my ashes at 6:53 a.m. off the western face of Mount Rainier using my grandfather's favorite ladle. None of that with Diogenes. He kept it simple.
What do you say?
In the words of Danny DeVito,
When I'm dead, just throw me in the trash.
specifically, he wanted his body tossed into the wild so animals could feast on him, thereby giving back to the earth what little he took from it. So kids,
How
moral
noble.
of the story,
How
don't judge a
noble.
book by its cover. The man who appears to be nothing more than a shit-smeared babbling vagrant could
Alien-
actually be the
Need cash to research alien AIDS.
wisest man you'll ever meet. Or he could really just be a raving fucking lunatic. Bring a knife, just in case.
Can it-
Anyway, till next time,
Can it-
I'm Sam Manella, and thank you for watching.
Can it be both? All right, well, learned some great tidbits, of course, about Diogenes' life. A couple things I didn't know exactly. I'd totally forgotten about how Alexander was interested in, but yeah, like Diogenes, like, whatever. And then maybe the most famous thing he did was that people have heard of is the featherless bird thing. But more than, if you just think this guy is interesting, though, because of these weird quirks, his disgusting bodily functions in the public in Athens and stuff like that and whatever, that's why he's famous. No, he's actually famous first, seriously, because of the philosophy. Like, he was, this very basic dude, but influenced a lot of people that knew about him and talked about him. You're not going to find really like books and stuff by him, but what you have are these like sayings and anecdotes that other people have recorded because they would listen to him. And again, he wasn't the type to do that. Maybe more of like a Socrates figure who didn't write stuff and just spoke to people publicly. And then those people are the ones that then record it, and then it gets passed down in history and stuff. And apparently this guy's words and of course his public behavior probably again made him more famous because of that. But he is a very good example of the philosophy of cynicism and things that kind of represent that. So from a philosophical perspective, he actually is a very important person in the line of philosophy and the history of philosophy. So if that's something that interests you, definitely check out some of the things that he had said. And I think you might have a few things to kind of chew on and think about that he was saying. So, all right. Well, anyway, this is great. I'm glad Sam did this one. This is one that I've had people telling me about for ever since I started this channel over a year and a half ago. And I'm glad I don't know why I waited so long to get around to it. But anyway, awesome. Okay, again, the link is down below to the original video. Check that out. There's also links to some other things you'll see down there, my gaming channel, history merch, fun things like that. And with that, I think we'll see you next time. At least I hope to. Bye.